Hello and welcome to my Digimon Story Time Stranger tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to be giving you all the information that you need to get a really good start to the game. I've completed the game 100%, I know where every item is, I know where everything is, so I feel quite well equipped to give you all the information to give you the best options, and you can decide what you want to do in your own playthrough. In this tutorial I'm going to be time-stamping all the different sections because I will be leaving the cutscenes in. It's completely up to you whether you want to skip them forward or watch them through. Obviously it is quite a lengthy video, so that will drastically cut down a lot of the time if you wanted to just do that and time is an issue and you're just looking for the information needed. But yeah, I'm going to be doing it as kind of a tutorial slash let's play, so covering both areas, just giving you as much information as possible. We will be playing on hard mode and we will be 100% in it, and we will be showing you the best way to do it and go about and what order to do missions and side missions and when to get certain things. A lot of information, but without further ado, we'll start getting into it a little bit now. There's a couple of options. There's New Game Plus. We won't be covering that at the moment. That is for after you complete it the first time. We're just going to be starting on a new game. Balanced is for probably your first playthrough. I would recommend this for your first playthrough. Hard is what we're going to be using. Now there is other options as well. There is Story, which is probably more often than not just for relaxed, maybe children. There is Mega and Mega Plus as well, which don't unlock until you have completed the game. It is a continue on from what you've already done, and it is very difficult, so do choose Balanced or Hard. If you're new, I would definitely choose Balanced, but Hard is a good test. It does give you quite a challenge. So for our character selection, we're going to be choosing the female character to do our playthrough with.
Here I go.
I have some extra costumes, and I just think the costumes for the female just look a lot more aesthetically pleasing. We are going to be renaming our character to Tutorial. Just a word of warning, if you do have multiple save files, do name them different things, because the main thing you see on your save files is the name.
Preparations complete.
So obviously don't put the same name for all of your save files. Try use different ones. Now the next little section is going to involve a couple of little cutscenes. I'm going to timestamp these. It's up to you whether you watch them. Like I said before, you can skip ahead.
Take your seat and wait for the show to start. A story about the natural laws of the world is about to begin.
Such a cool little anime movie. Just a word of warning. That is the anime that quite a few characters along the way will mention. So just keep an eye out for that. We find ourselves in Shinjuku for the first time.
Uh-oh. Looks like we've been overdoing it a little lately. The world is starting to wake up to our existence. Ironic, really. A secret organization that hunts down urban legends is becoming an urban legend in its own right. If that anime you just saw gets too popular, you can forget about going around dressed like that anymore. I'll go ahead and put in a request for budget for a new uniform. But for this mission, you'll need to keep a low profile. Is that clear, Agent? Now then, are you already aware of the anomalous phenomena that have been observed in this city?
Of course I am. We've played through a couple of times.
Inexplicable explosions, sightings of mysterious life forms, localized earthquakes, abnormal weather patterns. There's no shortage of strange reports. All typical anomalies, so it's time for Adamus to step in. The top brass have high hopes for us, I'm told. So, I'm hoping we can make this mission a repeat performance.
Understood. And just a word of mention, the symbol that is above that
I'll
means
send the
it's going to
coordinates
progress
your
the mission.
digivice. Check your map and approach the target location. Again, don't blow your cover. And let's pray that the anime from earlier doesn't become too popular. Now then, it's time to start the mission. I'm counting on you.
Just wanted to get that out of the way. The ones that don't have an option are the ones that may lead to other questions. So if you just wanted to skip through text, look for that yellow symbol. But yeah, first things first. This costume that we start off in is awful. There is other options. If you open the menu and go to Agent, there's costumes. These are ones that I have bought. There's the Certain Skill uniform, Public Safety suit, which is pretty cool, Chosen Children, which is the original anime, swimwear, which isn't great, or the Digimon costume, which is one of my favourites, so we will be using that one. The Gatomon costume. I love this costume. But yeah, there's not much you can do apart from follow the missions to begin with. So we'll just go ahead and carry on. Yeah, it looks awesome. Oh yeah, one thing to mention, one thing to keep an eye out for, look on your minimap, there's these little shops. Not open for now, but we will be coming back to that. There's something important that we need to remember there soon. This does automatically pop up. We won't be needing that because I'm going to be covering everything in a lot better way than what the game does, because the game's quite vague and the way it explains things isn't great, which is probably what has led you to this, or maybe you're just getting a view of what the game's like and whether or not you're going to buy it, but hopefully I can do it justice. So there's a huge wall built around the city to keep in the Digimon phenomenon. And at the moment we are having the most peaceful protest, riot? I wouldn't call it, yeah.
I see you've reached the specified coordinates. Give me a sit rep.
A crowd has been confirmed around the target coordinates.
You can really feel the fear and anger of the crowd. Our studies
I wouldn't
indicate
say
an odd
so.
correlation between an increase in the frequency of anomalies and heightened social unrest. Anomalies have been occurring exponentially more often of late, at a rate only seen a handful of times in history. And though we aren't sure why, almost all those precedents were accompanied by complete societal collapse. Be it from an epidemic, a natural disaster, even war. That's why we're in such a hurry. But in our haste, I'm afraid we've alerted the world to our existence. Nevertheless, our ultimate mission is to uncover the causality between these anomalies and the horrible tragedies that follow. Try investigating that area a little further.
So with that over and done with, we're gonna head down. Obviously hiding something. Some protest 2, don't hold back, get up there, make yourself heard. So this guy's going to let us through, and we're going to just carry on going forward. Unfortunately, this is the fastest you can go through this point. There's no sprinting. So you kind of just have to get through it. Feel free to read the quotations. They're some quite funny ones, actually. But yeah, I wasn't really going to do any videos of this, but after a couple of playthroughs, I've absolutely fell in love with this game. Really enjoying it. And there's a lot of information and in-depth things that doesn't get explained quite well. There's a lot of confusion about certain things, so I'll definitely cover a lot of that, like stats and stuff, and how to digivolve efficiently, and a lot of other things as well.
Are you all right?
That tremor just now was likely one of our anomalous phenomena. I managed to narrow the target coordinates down thanks to some videos from 8 years ago. Footage of the anomaly in this district was uploaded to the internet back then by some civilians. The actual videos have since been removed, but the comments still remain, and they tell us that those videos were all recorded in areas that are now on the inside of that wall. Check again to see if there isn't some way to get beyond that wall. An update. I'm sending you an additional mission. Someone is requesting aid near the target coordinates. That person had already been approved to contact your Digivice. Normally, I'd assume that to mean they're a member of the organization. At any rate, do what you can to keep whoever it is safe. It seems you've discovered some phase electron life forms. Phase electron life forms are mysterious organisms, often found in the vicinity of anomalies. Adamus has been studying them for years, but the truth of their nature still eludes us. The analysis department at HQ finally decided on a name for these creatures in a report they put out the other day. Going forward, they're to be referred to as digital monsters, or Digimon for short. Naturally, we won't send you out defenseless. I'll transmit some firepower to you right now. The connection will only allow me to send one, however, so make your choice.
So here we go, our first choice of Digimon. We have a choice of 3. First one is Patamon, a data Digimon, weak to virus, fire, and dark types. The symbols are a bit weird on this, but yeah, definitely. If we look at stats, attack and defense are self-explanatory. Physical attack, physical defense. Intellect intelligent is magic. Spirit is magic and healing. Speed is turn order. Devimon, virus. See, Demi-Darts. This is a physical attack that heals 15% of damage. Quite a technical one. Probably one of the toughest ones to begin with. But yeah, definitely an option. And we do have Greymon. More of an all-rounder. A vaccine type. Now, 2 of the strongest ones to begin with are Vaccine and Data. They're going to help you a lot. Any fire type is going to help you a lot in the beginning. But yeah, I would definitely not think about choosing Greymon or Devimon because they are quite easily available and readily available at the beginning. But yeah, if you have a look through the stats, the attack's 220, attack's 275, but Patamon's attack is the intellect intelligence, whichever one you want to call it, is quite substantially higher, so definitely something to think about. But yeah, moves, power type and stuff is a bit different. We have 50 on this one. But yeah, we can definitely possibly use that one. But this is only 25, but it attacks all enemies, so this is an AoE attack. Something to bear in mind. But it's only, yeah, 25, but it does heal, so quite a technical one. There's a difference to this, which is 1 enemy and has 50 damage. So obviously, if there's more than, you can fight up to 3 enemies at once. So if there's 3, then an AoE attack becomes worth using. But yeah, we have the wind magic attack at power 50 for Patamon. And that's who we're going to play through, like we've said. But yeah, definitely the resistances. The circle is ones that are strong against you, and the reds are ones that are weaker against you. Kind of explained a bit weird. It should have arrows. I'll get into that in a moment when we see the type matchups in battle. But the reason why they use circles and triangles, I don't understand. It should just be the arrows that are in game. It would be so much easier to understand. But yeah.
Here we go.
Contact with hostile Digimon confirmed. Digivice activated. Execute the Digimon summoning program.
It's an awesome scene. One of the best scenes. Our very first battle. Yeah, type matchup, something to remember. Vaccine is strong against virus, virus is strong against data, and data is strong against vaccine. The other four are neutral, so something to think about when you're building a team. So have them options. Now this circle that I was mentioning, see the blue arrows on this screen? That is a circle with a dot, that is super effective. But it is blue, just remember the colour and not the shape. We can also analyse in battle, which will give us the information that we currently know about it. Now that information develops the more times we come against them, which I'll show you in just a second. Yeah, if we press L2, we can analyse. Let's see how the elemental ones have question marks, because we haven't battled it yet, so we don't know, but the attribute ones do. The more moves that we use against this Digimon, the game will remember them. So obviously with Patamon being wind, we'll use that. Data's neutral, but wind we don't know. And we get 1.5 times, so then we know that wind is slightly effective against that Digimon. Quite easy and self-explanatory to begin with. There's a lot more in-depth to go into in a minute though. We start off with a couple of items though. You do start off with a HP Capsule and SP Capsule. But if you have had any extra content, this is where they will be found in the item packs. We do have access from the pre-order to a black Agumon. And I can't remember the other one, Gabumon. That's it. We won't be using this in this playthrough, but they are pretty cool to use. It's a really good starting team. If you do have access to them, you can certainly use them. It is pretty cool to see them in different colour variations. But we're not going to use them in this playthrough. We want to make it as difficult as possible. Now, another thing to remember, we do have speed of the battle, so we can change this up to 5 times. If you just want to obviously play through faster, but we also have an auto fight button, which we just press there as R3 for us, which will just stay on continuously until you turn it off. You don't have to press it every time, so every time you enter a battle it will just automatically do it. Now it only chooses, for Digimon that have 2 skills, it only ever chooses your first skill. Something to bear in mind, but it will choose the most effective move. Not very effective against this virus type, but wind is slightly effective, so it brings it back from... No, sorry, it's 0.3 when they're both not effective. 0.5 means one of them is not effective. Head to the rescue coordinates. So we're just going to progress ahead. Now this next one, this function, you are going to use a lot.
Them ghosts or monsters, but we've decided to define phase electron lifeforms as Digimon. The Digivice enables interaction with such beings. A critical function is the Digi attack. It allows you to command your allies to hit hostile Digimon with a preemptive strike. Go on, give it a try.
Use R2 to Digi attack as a preemptive strike against hostile Digimon. Now, if they are quite strong, it will take some health off and it will use the most effective move that you have available. It doesn't consume SP, so it's pretty much a free attack. And you also get first turn. Now, if you get surprised by a Digimon, they will get first turn against you and they will get, in essence, a free attack. So, use this for every Digimon encounter. Just spam it. It is quite powerful, as you can see. It just wipes him off the field. And we can just continue to do that through all 3 of these.
Good.
Oh, I thought there was an item around here somewhere. Maybe I'm just getting confused with later on in the game.
Great.
That's something to mention. We have these treasure chests. Now these treasure, it's so difficult for me to say, chests have set items in them that will be the same in everybody's playthrough. We have a 2x SP capsule. Now these ones are different. These give you a random item. These items, textures and things, they're to do with the Digimon farm. Just collect them. Get as much as possible because we will need a lot of them in the future. We do get HP attachments. So attachments, we need to go into our Digimon, go into setup, and then press triangle to go into equipment/skills. This is where we will add new moves that we learn. We have Holy Light learned, so a new light move. But yeah, equipment can be very, very powerful. They add our blue stat. They give us extra. This is called cumulative stat. So this is stats tied to this very individual Digimon. The white ones are our base stats plus personality. Personality I will get into a lot more in the future, just maybe a little bit further ahead. But there's a lot to divulge here. So personality, each one has, Valor is attack, amicability is defense, wisdom is intelligence, philanthropy is spirit. So we can see, you can take a screenshot of this. Ours has a boost in intelligence and SP. But we also have a skill, intense focus, boost intelligence for the first 3 rounds. Very, very good skill. But what we'll do is we'll add our attachment, HP plus 250. So it adds onto our blue stat, but also adds onto our total, which is white. Now blue stats, we'll get into that a little bit later on, but this, all you need to think of it for now is that is stat tied to this individual Digimon that will always stay as a bonus on top of the base stats. The blue ones are the ones that we want to try and build up on our Digimon to make it as strong as possible in the future. Now, our skills generally have a higher attack. Our air is 50 and our light is 40. But as you can see, you've got different types of moves. You've got attack, intelligence, healing, buffs, debuffs, and special. Healing, buffs, and debuffs, you're not really going to tend to use too much in this difficulty. Definitely in Mega Plus, they're going to come more into play. You will have to utilize them fully. There's no option other than to utilize them fully in that. Especially healing, because you can't use items in Mega Plus. I just want to double check we haven't missed anything. But yeah, stats wise, they are very, very tricky, and I've just done a brief rundown to try and explain it. But basically, if you're trying to make a Digimon stronger, you want to try and build up them blue stats as much as possible. The white stats will never change. You can de-digivolve and digivolve as much as you want. It will always reset to them white stats. They respawn in, so we kind of need to get a move on. But the blue ones are the ones that are the important ones. They're the ones you're trying to grow. They are very, very... So if you're trying to build up blue stats, build it up on 1 or 2 Digimon that you are going to keep.
Good.
And that you want to build up, that you're certain on, and focus them points on them. Now you can also talk to your Digimon. Now this will change your personality. So if you don't like, say we've got intelligence and SP on our Patamon, and we want intelligence and HP, say, we can speak to our Digimon. I'll just kind of show you the personality chart again for a moment. So we're enlightened, which gives intelligence and SP. So underneath, we have number 10, which is sly, which is intelligence and HP. So if we wanted more HP and less SP, we can move that across, and that will give us a bit of an advantage. Just a kind of way to do that. But you see how we have different options? We have Valor, a Wisdom one, Amicability, and Philanthropy. So whichever one you choose, it will move in the direction of the corner of that. So Wisdom would go bottom left, and Valor would go top right. So, but when you talk to these, it happens once every 4 battles. You can have an opportunity to talk to them, and it will just shift slightly. It's only a very, very small adjustment, so it will take multiple tries to do that. But one thing to mention, every time you do talk to them, it does improve the bond. Now the bond is 1% at the moment. Now that is how friendly your Digimon is with you. Now the higher the bond is, the higher the amount of, as a percentage of blue stats that you will carry over when you Digivolve. So the more you build your blue stats up and have a high bond, the more that's carried over when you Digivolve. And we'll get into that in a later episode when we do Digivolve. And we'll show you how they accumulate. They build up, they get even more added on the higher your bond is. So bond is very, very strong. Talent is just your level, it's easy.
There appears to be an obstacle in your path.
Bond is very, very important.
Your Digimon should be able to remove it easily. Give it a try.
If you're ever unsure of where to go in the game, use this analyze function.
There.
It will highlight any objects that are smashable or breakable
There.
in bright blue. Yeah, definitely, you know, it will highlight any treasure that's nearby or any other things like that, so use it as much as possible if you're unsure.
Hey, over here! Come on! This way! Run! Hurry! Okay. Let's go. Thank goodness we finally found each other again.
Did you call for help? What are you doing here?
What do you mean? I was trying to catch up with you, of course. Hey, where did he go? Wasn't he with you? Well, maybe he went on ahead. Come on. We need to hurry up to the roof of the government building.
The roof of the government building?
Seriously, what's with you? I mean, isn't a war supposed to break out? We have to get to the roof of the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building.
I'm guessing she's the target for our additional mission. She's not making a whole lot of sense, though. It's highly probable that she's been affected by an anomaly. What I still want to know, though, is why she was already approved to contact your Digivice. I'll check the database again. If I learn anything, I'll be in touch right away. Even though she piques my interest, we need to do something about that giant Digimon first. We can't allow it into the city. For now, please proceed with the primary mission.
Roger, securing the target and continuing on. First mission complete. We're going to cover 2 in this one. It will be slightly longer, but the first 2 are quite short and it all ties in together, so first thing to do is talk to her before you get any further.
This door is stuck. But a major conflict is going to break out if we can't get through it soon, right? Isn't there some way to open it?
So we press on this. We do have to press on it first and then
Do
use
it.
our duty attack. And it will open the door for us. Now, if you use your analyze
Don't
function,
scare me like that.
those will be blue.
At least give me some warning next time, okay? We should be getting close to the government building. We have to stop the fight that's about to start on its roof.
There's a few ways to go. This way down here, you cannot go down. I'll do it for you just to prove, but it's absolutely pointless. Don't try. But if we go through and we have an item here, we'll collect. You can turn right and go out this way though. And this is where the blue metal Greymon is. Go into this little hut, and this is a very important item to grab. This is our Icicle Edge physical skill disc. Ice fire and thunder are pretty much going to be your go-to elements for your attacks. Even though this Digimon is intelligent, uses magic attacks, we're going to put this on there for now. But yeah, 20 times 2 hits. Now the more hits an attack has, the more chances it has of getting a critical hit. There's single attacks for the same damage as multiple attacks. There's another item here, grab that. Now here's an item that's breakable. So again, use your analyze function. So barrels are smashable. These will give you a random item.
There.
Smashables give you the best items. This is only HP capsule, but you can get some very, very valuable stuff in them. So definitely be smashing them as much as possible. I'll point out which ones are which. Now auto recovery, very, very important. In between battles, you can stand still and it will regenerate SP and HP. Now, my first playthrough, my HP was good, but I always ran out of SP, which is your skill points, and then I couldn't use any of my skill moves or any of my moves, and I had to use just single basic attacks. So do remember to do that. And now there is a chest here with another 3 HP Capsule I's in. That's all of the items and everything in that last area. Now we'll go to this next area. This is a pretty cool scene. So we do enter a battle with the blue metal Greymon. This kind of worried me at first because I was worried about getting defeated in my very first fight, but don't worry, you can't be defeated in this fight. So it does give you healing capsules. You don't have to use them, you can save them. I'm going to use them in this because I want to stick to the theme of the game because he is quite strong. Yeah, don't worry too much about this. So every Digimon's skill, its main skill, is unique to its Digimon, but the skill discs are all individual to the disc. Every Digimon will have its own unique skills and they all have its own individual attack scene.
Are you okay?
It's the best way I can put it, I suppose. I'm going to use a different attack. I'm going to try and build up some type advantages, see what's strong and weak. Yellow means critical hit, by the way. The colour differentiation there. White is just a normal hit.
It is time. Transcendent sword.
Such a cool skill.
Are you okay?
So it will tell you the differences, 50%, 100% in this screen is also quite easy to keep track of. Nice quality of life thing from the game.
It is time. Supreme Cannon. Leave this to me.
And that'll be the first time we meet Omnimon in this game.
It might have started already. I sure hope that he's okay. We need to hurry too.
That Digimon just now is the largest ever observed. Anomalies are harbingers of further tragedy. Odds are there's more, and worse, yet to come. We have to nip this in the bud. That's our mission.
Copy that.
I'm counting on you, Agent.
So just progress forward on this. But yeah, we've covered a lot of information so far. And this is kind of the first introduction. A lot of you guys who played the demo will have already done this, but I just wanted to give all of the information from the perspective of somebody who's playing the game from fresh. There's a lot of valuable information there as well if you even complete the demo. Yeah, the demo save file does carry over if that's an option before you buy.
It was recently discovered that Digimon had characteristics of both organic matter and electric signals. Your Digivice uses the electronic aspects of Digimon to summon them into action. The Digivice can also convert the Digimon equivalent of DNA into binary code, which can then be replicated like data. We call this system of creating new Digimon converting. Try using this feature to augment your forces.
Now converting is interesting. It's slightly misleading. You have 100% to 200%. Once it passes 100, they can be converted. But 200, the only benefits it will give you is high Digimon's talent, which is max level for the time being, and it gives you a little bit extra HP. I'm not sure if it's 100, 150 or something like that on your base stats. So yeah, not a huge difference. Yeah, you get about the plus 100 you can see on the blue stat there. But you can see our talent is 20. If it's 100, it might only be 15. So it gives you that extra 5 levels to grow. To raise talent, you either need to load Digimon, or Digivolving it will, with levels on, will give you a little bit extra talent as well. So you can see we have a Daring, which is a Valor attack, but we have Warrior Wisdom. Our attack is Bubbles, so it's a physical attack power 40, so we have a physical Digimon with physical attack with a physical personality, which is pretty good. We also do have attack and defense, so Daring, pretty good, pretty strong physical fighter there. Reduces SP cost for physical attack skills by 10%. Not the best. I will put a chart up now, which will show you all of the skills and benefits and things, so feel free to screenshot this. So as you can see, each one has a lot of different ones. The common ones are the ones underneath the name, so if we have just a look underneath Valor, we have Warrior Wisdom and Song of Triumph. These are common. Then underneath each one, we have the more rarer ones underneath each individual personality skill. Have a read through, have an understanding, because I can't really cover every single one, but I will in the video tell you which ones are good, what they do as we come across them, and which ones are worth keeping and which ones are not worth keeping and why. But yeah, definitely have this to look at yourself. One thing I want to do first, we now have a physical attacker, so our Icicle Edge skill that we found earlier on, we want to take that off our Patamon because it's a magical attacker and put it onto our physical attacker, be nice and strong. We have 215 attack, so definitely useful and gives that Digimon an extra type advantage option. But yeah, so we have our 2 party members with all different skills ready to go for the next area. But yeah, we have a Rookie and an In Training 2. So there's In Training 1, which is the base, In Training 2, then Rookie. Obviously, if you know about Digimon, you'll know the higher ones, but I'm not going to go too much into that yet.
Will improve its analysis and boost the scan rate required for conversion. Once the scan rate reaches 100%, you'll be able to convert that Digimon and add them to your ranks. The closer the scan rate is to 200%, the stronger the new Digimon will be, so be sure to convert at a good time. It's also useful for anomaly analysis, so be sure to actively engage in combat to improve analysis and scanning.
Analysis meaning the attribute advantages and things that we discussed earlier on. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the very first episode. We've covered quite a lot of the basic stuff. As we progress on further, we'll get a lot more in depth. But I think for a first episode, it gives you quite a good understanding of quite a few of the mechanics in the game, what's important, what's not important, and what to kind of look out for. So yeah, thank you for watching. Really appreciate it if you got this far through. Hopefully it was worth your while, and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks very much.